because without having to really try and force anything, they've got 8 on the board already.
Shakira Selman bowled very well, Mel. You were there in the World Cup in the Caribbean in 2018. She was outstanding. She stayed fit throughout the tournament, and then almost as soon as the tournament was over, she suffered a reoccurrence of a knee injury. So she's been on and off the park once again. If she can reproduce that form here today, she can swing the new ball away from the right-hander.
Yeah, without a doubt, one of the reasons why the West Indies made it through to the semi-finals of their home World Cup in 2018. And that form is one of the reasons why she got picked up in the women's exhibition IPL matches last year in India. And what I like about it too is her coaching background. Loves coaching a lot of the juniors in Barbados and is always a thinker of the game.
Yeah, she's a linguist as well. Studied linguistics. Really nice person. Very calm.
Like a lot of the West Indian bowlers too, you love their approaches. This very smooth, very athletic, rhythmical approach to the crease. I suppose it's no surprise really when you grow up watching the same thing over and over again on television. You've got coaches in, like that man there, Courtney Walsh. He's new into the system, but I'm sure most of these players in the West Indies team would have watched him go about his business. Likewise yourself, Bish. Meaning they've watched you, not you watched Courtney.
I spent a lot of time watching Courtney.
Walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. Clock is ticking, but there's no time for me.
I've been flying from town.
I was just about to say I like that from Selman too, because she's just that little cutter-off pace as well. So she's gathering intel on her first over, but still hitting good lines and lengths.
Trying to protect your soul.
So take away the wide from the first delivery.
Tonight, we will fly above the sky. We are heroes.
Pretty much been spot on. She's varied her pace slightly, so that's her.
We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight.
When Pakistan took the field in our fielding, his Maroof and Connell just said, everyone just take a deep breath, mates. I think she'll be saying that to the batters, everyone that's going out to the middle as well. We know the game had a chat about things, but most of all, when you take the field, just give yourself a moment to breathe and assess things and back yourself out in the middle.
I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight.
Just make sure we can combine two overs and get that run rate down.
We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky.
on Shakira Selman and in other aspects of the game and the team, not just the bowling.
I've been flying from town to town, from
There has been talk about how much fitter Connell already looks under the tutelage of Walsh.
There's so many elements to it, isn't it, to become a good bowler. And having had the chat to Courtney Walsh during the first innings, was that balance between the conversations around cricket and how to bowl and had to that vacant mid-wicket area and finds the boundary and finds her 50.
Well, that's her fifth 50 in T20 international cricket, second against Ireland. Her record against Ireland is very impressive.
I've seen Javed Khan across a number of World Cups, 50 over and T20. That was the best innings I've seen her play. She was just really busy. She reminded me of an in-form, as we saw the other night, Mignon du Preez from South Africa. They're small in stature, not powerful players, but they just used the pace well. They created pace by coming down the wicket, manipulated the field. The up and under. Speaking about just using the pace, using your wrists, that is a superb shot.
Absolutely right, deliberately played, absolutely right. Very classy, very clever shot. Second boundary of the inning. Seven off the over, 19 without loss.
Decisions now for Stefanie Taylor with her bowling combinations. Connell's gone for 15 from her first two. Selman was good from her first, just the 4 runs coming from it.
To Javed Khan of 11 deliveries, Muniba 6 off 7. Shakira Selman.
It's great footwork, isn't it? She's sort of pressing and looking to go forward, and then very quickly picking up the length and the width and getting back into a position where she can manipulate to the offside. But even that from Pakistan, there was never going to be really a single there, but both backing up, both advancing after the shot. There's a little shot being applied to the inner circle from the West Indies.
No room for error either for Shakira Selman either side, particularly because the fine leg is up, the third man is up, the sweepers are square on either side. That's why the sweeper is out there at deep square leg, just one. They're anticipating Muniba to be playing, looking to play that horizontal back shot.
A very new captain for Pakistan, Maroof. great awareness. That is the pressure that I was speaking about from Pakistan. Backing up as soon as the fumble occurred. Really quick and clear communication. They've got through for the single.
Not as strong an arm, and they get a couple. Might get another, no.
Coaches Gus Logie, Ian Bishop, he's the kind of guy that'll be sitting on the boundary line at the moment, just jotting things down. He's a pretty relaxed kind of character.
Former roommate of mine, Gus Logie, and my first tour to England was the coach of the West Indies team when they won the Champions Trophy in England in 2004. And speaking of 4, that's 4. 28 without loss.
You can see the frustration there from Selman. It was a reasonably good over from her in terms of execution. Was not supported in the field. A couple of single into twos. And a reasonably good ball just squirted through the offside for 4.
Knight has moved into the top group of the fantasy scoreboard. Brilliant 100 earlier today.
If you missed the 100, find the highlights because she struck the ball beautifully, Heather Knight. First player in international women's cricket to hit century in all 3 formats of the game, Test, ODI, and today she ticked off the 3rd T20 internationals. The captain led from the front. England was certainly in strife early, having lost 2 early wickets in Jones and White. Coming into this T20 World Cup, when you look across the teams, Heather Knight for me stood out within the English setup. Her form of late has been brilliant. And she now heads the top of the table. Into the attack. She won't want to bowl too short and wide for too long to Khan.
She set herself before that ball release came. She was across the stumps waiting for it and seized it up.
And I think from the previous delivery, she's getting a sense of the release point from Henry.
More runs. Will be 4 runs. Boundaries on either side of the wicket.
the bowler and the captain, they can all throw their heads back in a gasp, thinking, oh, well, that was nearly a wicket, but really, short, wide balls like this deserve to get punished. A few headaches here now for Stefanie Taylor for her bowling options this end. And I love, that's the confidence, isn't it? She called one, I'm going to say off the bat. It was almost before she hit the bat. She was so confident she could find the gap.
Cricket though. Talk about deliberately manipulating the ball into gaps. We've spoken about that all through this tournament. Very expensive over for the West Indies. Pakistan not complaining. 14 off it, 42 without loss.
Chaser. This is so far for Pakistan. They're ahead of the West Indies, well ahead. West Indies, their setting of a total really stalled at this stage towards the end of the first power play. Pakistan done the opposite. They keep going. Now, a change-up. Just feel maybe it's taken a little long for the West Indies to change things up. Go to Hayley Matthews, very experienced bowler. With the West Indies. For a long time, she's been through the ups and downs as well. Bowled well the other night. So a little change up here, Debbie.
Yeah, we were just saying off air actually, Nat, weren't we? Just a couple of minutes ago, that probably the West Indies might need to try some spin just for a change, because the two Pakistani batters, they just seem to be liking the medium pace of the West Indies thus far.
Pakistan, of course, would be used to spin, but pace off the ball here, just change the flow of the game, change the rhythm. These two batters are in a really good rhythm at the moment. You've got a mix of youth and experience. Well placed. Fielders up in the inner ring. That shot is always on. Got to get your length right.
There's not a good delivery. Javeria Khan able to get onto it very quickly. Able to pierce the field. That's another valuable 4 runs to the Pakistani team. It's just so critical while you're still within the power play overs that the bowlers bowl to their field. She's got seven players up in the circle. She's just got to bowl really tightly for the remaining 3 balls.
Original run rate was 6.25. They've brought it down to 5.51 already, and they have 10 wickets in hand. Just needs to shape a little bit there. Well played. Wonderful hands. The chase is on. Dottin gets there. Underarms it in. There's that relay throw again. 6 overs gone. 48. Without loss.
That's a lovely touch. And the Pakistani batters really need to be aware that any time Deandra Dottin fields the ball on the boundary, that she's going to have to relay it.
A little bit of a mix of the different dancers, teaching each other probably. From different backgrounds and cultures. They all really look into this at the moment, except for the little lad on the left. He's more mesmerised maybe by the cricket. Can't floss. I don't know about you, Debbie. I've tried it. It's a horrendous mess.
The only flossing I do is the stuff on my teeth, I have to say.
Fletcher. She's one of the experienced players for the West Indies. She's been there for a long time too, and she bowled well the other night as well. Often bowled in tandem with Naseem Mohammed. Not a bad start, keeping it nice and tight there. Also, a fielding perspective, can have 4 fielders outside of the 25-yard circle. A little bit of a risk in the run, but the throw is not good. The running has generally been good.
They're pretty speedy between the overs, these two. That's a really nice touch. Change in the field with the right-hand batter facing.
Yeah, for the right-hander, you've got protection on the boundary on the offside at the moment. And with the sweeper, square leg back on the leg side, mid-wicket on the boundary, long on. Taylor, as she often does, stands mid-wicket, quite straight. Down the track. Very, very clever. Smart cricket. Up the 50 for Pakistan.
Beautiful shot by Javed. She came down the pitch to Ahmad Fletcher. That is a glorious shot through extra cover.
Oh, trying the sweep shot. An appeal by the West Indies. Umpire says not out. What will the West Indies do here? They never used a review when they were batting and they had a chance to save a wicket. Now the keeper just seemed to signal to her captain that it's probably come off the arm.
Yep, Campbelle was right. She indicated she thought it would come off the forearm. Good decision.
Down the leg side and 4. It's freebie runs for Pakistan. They are rolling towards this target very quickly. 57 without loss.
That's a really well executed sweep shot. Going along well. Pakistan.
Pakistan going along very well in this chase of 125. What a wonderful start. Excellent opening partnership. Very experienced Javed Khan at the crease, playing a 98 T20 international. She's been in good form coming into the tournament. Now, so saying what you got?
Well, the game, I did some analysis on how sides have been suckered into bowling outside off stump and trying to pack the offside. Again here, West Indies have done it. If you look at that previous over, I've seen 5 deliveries outside off, and captains presume just pack the offside field and you'll cover everything. If you bowl out there, then you'll be hit both sides of the wicket. If you think of Pravadani, if you think of New Zealand when they bowl well, they bowl straight, cannot bowl outside off stump. That will be hit to both sides. Even the spinners have to bowl straight. West Indies have to get a lot straighter, bowl stump to stump. Every bowler that's bowled well has bowled straight. There you go, just there, perfect timing. Far to wide, and you're getting hit both sides.
Well, you certainly do know what you're talking about. That's Javed Khan. I just can't help feeling that was an unnecessary shot. With how well she's been playing. There's never going to be any question of that dismissal. She had a good hand. She made 35 today. First wicket down for Pakistan. 58 on the board.
In at 3, she's been in fantastic form. In her last 6 matches, she scored just under 200 runs at an average of 38, a strike rate of 110. So she's been in superb form coming into this tournament. Got wonderful numbers and playing in her 100th innings. Connie Taylor yet again into the action and doing for her team.
Yes, so often when she's come on, she's been able to claim an early wicket.
The rest was all fine. Relatively easy decision, and not the best decision from the batter though in terms of the shot played, but Pakistan's still in a very good position. 9 wickets in hand, 67 needed from 73. It's going to take a massive pullback by the West Indies. Use of the feet. We'll get a run at the end of that over. 8 gone, 59 for 1. T20 World Cups, that of 58. So an excellent start by the openers. Only perspective for the West Indies. They stuck with their seamers for a little while. They were expensive up front, especially with the runs that they had on the board. Not defending a lot, good chasing ground. Match referee Steve Bernard. The slip is standing quite wide to filter that.
Oh, if that had hit, she might have been gone. Just see how close that was.
Ali had come a long way down. Had to be a good throw. Another risky single, but this time around, it's a good one. They know that Dottin is struggling.
But why would you have a field? You know, 2 balls in succession. She's had an opportunity of a run out. If she's not able to throw satisfactorily, surely the West Indies really need to look at where she can actually field.
Throwing on. And also, I don't know how keen she'd be to dive on that shoulder as well. She's had reconstructive on her shoulder. That's major surgery. And she even said that at one stage she thought about giving up because the rehabilitation was so tough. Took some convincing to keep her.
And that'll just come back to your question about the slip, which you asked earlier in the over. I wonder if just with the way that Hayley Matthews bowls her off spin with the left-hander, I wonder if they just feel that they're more likely to get a wider edge rather than be finer.
And onto that wicket, just levelled out a little bit. Wide from the West Indies. Pakistan only bowled 2. And that's now 5 from the West Indies.
Since the spinners came on, there's been 20 runs off 4 overs, so that's slowed the scoring rate a little bit, and that's what we had wondered.
Good fielding. Excellently done by Connell.
And in contrast, the first 5 overs there were 42 runs from the seamers, so the spinners have certainly slowed the scoring rate down.
Oh, going for the sweep shot.
The Stefani Taylor's putting on the batters is meaning that they're having to chance their arm a little bit more. And their arm a little bit more, and Maniba Ali looks like she's being pressured into playing sweep shots, which might not be quite so natural for her.
Maniba Ali hasn't played a lot of international cricket of late. It's her first game since 2018, but she's been in really good form domestically. Hence why she's back in the side. It's clever by Taylor. Really clever by her. 10 overs gone, 66 for.
Oh, she's going to pick up straight.
With a very jittery Javed Khan at the moment. 59 from 60 deliveries. Start with your innings first. Were you happy with it?
Really disappointed with the way I got out. That was not the shot to play, but I don't know how did I play it. And though happy with the way we started off, and should have carried a bit further.
This is potentially a big win for Pakistan. You've beaten India twice in T20 World Cup cricket before, but it will be right up there with one to remember.
Well, we are growing gradually, and with more matches we play, we are showing improvements, be it fielding, bowling or batting. And now what matters is how well we do ourselves and finish off the game.
It's a real team effort too. I saw Maroof before you went onto the field when you were fielding, and she was just saying to everyone, just breathe and just take it nice and easy. She seems to be a calming influence.
Look, this is a very young team and they have never seen this kind of platform before. They have straight away come in. They have straight away joined in the World Cups, and she has done really well to keep them calm, and I'm glad the girls have made less mistakes.
Has it been tough sitting back watching for so long? Because this is the 8th match of the tournament. It's the first time we've seen you.
Yeah, it gives, though it's a bit disadvantage also and more of the advantage also, because we have seen plenty of matches and we have seen how well the score is being chased and what good score is there on the wicket and how should we approach. So I think this is maybe everything happens for a reason.
You might have been disappointed, but the fans here were certainly very impressed with your innings today. I'll let you go back and watch.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations to Javed Khan for a wonderful innings of 35. Will it be enough? She's very experienced, 31 years of age. Early movement. Oh, and an unlucky little bit of fielding there by Shadeen Nation. Thought she had it. It's a tough chance. It's not easy fielding at short fine. She was a bit worried. Could be a big moment in the game. Would have been a wonderful. Mohammed, who is the top wicket taker in T20 internationals for the women. Just couldn't get there. That something like that would spark something for the West Indies. It was needed. 11 overs gone, 73 for 1. Options have been used so far by the West Indies already. Henry, just the one over was very expensive. The problem that they have is that wickets column. Only one wicket has fallen so far. Stefani Taylor needs to be backed up at the other end if they are to get themselves into this game and put pressure on Pakistan.
Happy Fletcher. One of the things we've talked about the improvement in Pakistan's cricket is the deliberateness of nudging the ball into gaps and running. It's not by accident. The calls are early. The manipulation of the bat face, very deliberate. And for me, those are a huge pluses, because I've talked about it from a West Indian point of view, and the lack of rotation of strike, adequate rotation of strike by most except Campbell and Stephanie Taylor. Pakistan have done it beautifully in and amongst the boundaries, and that's why I'll continue to say they're an improving nation. They've done very well in the last 12 to 18 months, Natalie, in my view, improving in that aspect.
Oh, they were fantastic in South Africa. They drew that ODI series 1-1, lost one and tied one, and ended up being a drawn series. Only narrowly lost the T20 International Series 3-2. Down the leg side. Throw's got to go into the far end, and there's a little bit of a mix-up when it came to the backing up, and it allows for another run.
But a lot of that pressure as well was caused by the fact that the ball goes to short fine leg. They're away early for the single, and the West Indies and the polar opposite end caught napping.
Oh, in the air and gone. West Indies needed that. Is this their way back into this game?
They'd hope so. Happy Fletcher is a key part of their bowling armoury, but the simple fact that as a wrist spinner she can get each way spin, great length bowling, and she'll be hoping, Fletcher, that she can pick up a couple more to keep the West Indies in the hunt. Good wicket to get. Muniba Ali goes for 25, 77 for 2.
Nidada into the crease now for Pakistan. She hasn't played a lot of T20 internationals of late, but since the last T20 World Cup, she's averaged 30 at a strike rate of almost 140. She's had a wonderful few months since the 2018 T20 World Cup in the West Indies. Another good call. This is excellent from Pakistan, running between the wickets. 78 for 2.
Wicket of Muniba. Simple catch for Mohammed. Bat just sliced across the line of the ball, and it took the outer half and spooned easily. But again, it's part of the energy use of the feet not working on that occasion. Pakistan have played with a lot of energy.
Pakistan in control. Pakistan need 47 from 48. It is a very good chasing ground. Has a good outfield. It's a good pitch tonight as well. The West Indies fell short of the average score here. Women's T20 internationals by quite some distance. It's over 100. It wasn't a massive celebration.
Yeah, that'd be right. They'd be hoping that Dottin and Mohammed can reinvigorate them with another breakthrough. Sweep is such a productive shot. in this form of the game, and in this tournament we're going to be seeing a lot of it.
Pakistan well ahead. West Indies at the same stage, 57 for 3. This chase couldn't have gone much better for Pakistan. Also has men time out in the middle for Manuba Ali, who hasn't played T20 internationals for a while. But domestically, she's been in wonderful form, scoring just under 300 runs in 5 matches. A good strike rate of 124. Hence why she's back in the side. Movement is so early from the batters. They seem to be making the decision very early to move into position, whether they're going to play the sweep or come down and drive.
What Bismar Maroof is doing is coming down inside the line of the ball a lot, looking to open up the offside if she's not sweeping. There she goes again, inside the line, coming down the line of the leg stump. I think it's, I mentioned it, I think in the previous game, Natalie, one of the two things the West Indies need going forward. They need a left-handed batter. They no longer have Kaisia Knight for this tournament, left out of the squad, and a left-arm spinner, just to be able to take the ball away as a variation from right-handers.
Chose to leave it. A little smile on her face. 80 for 2.
When the day will come when there'll be a little side net out there, so the batters coming in can have just a couple of throwdowns while they watch and wait. They'll still have to get accustomed to pace and bounce on the surface and get a sweat on.
In partnership with Pakistan in T20 World Cups, 58 and just from 48 deliveries. And set up the chase now for Pakistan. Somewhere here you feel the West Indies has to make a play. They can't leave it much longer than this. 44 needed from 41. 8 wickets in hand. You've got experienced players at the crease. Stefanie Taylor's got to do something. Wouldn't mind to see her get a little more attacking. Don't allow for the singles. There's been a lot of singles in the last few overs. Too easy. Really enjoyed how they've manoeuvred the ball around. It's been very clever by Pakistan and not chasing a big target, so they don't need boundaries. Singles and twos does it. Another risky single, but a little slow to release the ball, Hayley Matthews.
But the game plan is clear, as you alluded to: singles, twos, low-risk cricket, while still turning the strike over with a runner ball required just a little bit more than that.
It would have been really tight if she hit the stumps, but it just shows you how quick she is between the wickets, because there shouldn't be a run there. The speed between the wickets has been very good. Another wide. It's been a problem for the West Indies tonight. 7 runs in wides. That's a lot of extra deliveries bowled. Extra runs given away. You don't have a lot on the board. There's a things you can control. There's a risk and another misfield by the West Indies. This time, Stefanie Taylor. Oh, big eyes. Yeah, I would be a little worried with those runs.
I suppose in terms of, if you're talking about bringing someone up against the right-hander, you probably bring the long on up with the ball spinning away from her. Bring the long on up to mid-on to create pressure.
Little reverse sweep. There was no slip in place. Too much risk in the shot, and this outfield is so quick. It was always going down. Hayley Matthews says, please throw it back in. I think I've stopped this. The umpire says, no, you haven't. 89 for 2. Didn't execute it as well as she would have liked. With no slip there was less risk. Yeah, that hit the boundary rope. Pakistan supporter will be pretty happy at the moment. She's been living just about every moment. Still some batting to come. They'll be hoping that this pair takes it as deep as possible. Nidada is a fantastic player. She's worked so hard on her game. Just a few years ago was dropped. She went to the coach and said, what do I need to do to get back in this team? She's done that and more. She's been in superb form. Just a little confusion as to where Stefanie Taylor wants to field it. Guess the towel was in the way, so she's just asked her just to get rid of it. This left-hand, right-hand combination now also will cause more issues for the West Indies, the bowlers, the fielders. Got to be really switched on now. Just feel they didn't set the right tone at the but this defence. Yes, they didn't put enough runs on the board, but the bowlers up front were not quite on the money. Didn't feel the tactics were 100% right either, so not a good tone set up front. Chipped in the air and into the gap. Good fielding. Again, another single to short fine leg. This time, a direct throw, but she makes it home. There's been a lot of runs to the fine leg in the inner ring. Sean George wants to make sure, though.
Fire to director. We have a referral for run out. Side on replay, please. Bat is grounded inside the popping crease. Thank you. I am ready with my decision.
times where we've seen a batter get into a little bit of trouble, the sweep. Pakistan's highest successful chase against the West Indies is 116. It's also their highest score against the West Indies, batting second. So this will be their highest batting second, but of late they've scored bigger.
West Indian in the dugout. Courtney Walsh can only look on. 27 from 30. The only thing in his favour, it's Pakistan with a run chase. And as we've seen with their men and their lads, at times with their women, you just never know. The wheels do come off occasionally. But at the moment, they are bossing the game. Absolutely perfect. Wickets in hand, less than run a ball. Good pitch, quick outfield. And the West Indies have to stop these singles in the inner circle. It's just push and run. Your good balls are going for one, your bad balls are going for four.
Yeah, it's their best opportunity to shake that tag, Nasser. You don't want to have the tag, you know, guilt by association almost, do you? They've got a brilliant opportunity here. And I've really liked their calmness. They haven't panicked at any stage, but what I would like to see them do is finish this not in the last over. Give yourself balls to spare.
Yeah, Bisma in particular has played spin beautifully. She's swept, she's been quick on her feet, she's picked up length well. Again, another little sweep, again another single, more this time. That could go away for four. It does.
Headaches galore. As the 100 comes up for Pakistan, they've just lost the 2 wickets. Fielding efforts like this is not going to help the equation.
Now the hard sweep, manoeuvring the field. Bismar's picked up length brilliantly. That's good. That was just a bit dopey, I think, from the non-striker.
It's a good phrase, because I think half... Well, more than half the times, Nasser, it's just a little bit of laziness. Not even watching Hayley Matthews.
Exactly. Just dopey. Watch the bowler. She's not watching the bowler. She should do now. Yep, she is. I think it's just years of getting into bad habits. Before the man-cadding, before the change in law, bad habits. And it comes from coaches saying, make sure you back up. They almost get a bit of a rollicking if they don't back up. And I'm not talking about coaches at this level, I'm saying junior level. Not even watching the bowler. On that occasion, she does. Another good over. 9 from it, 107 for 2.
That win predictor heavily in favour of Pakistan at the moment. It's sitting at 82% based off the historical results within the women's game. Games between Pakistan and the West Indies. Games here at Maroof Oval in Australia. It was the opening partnership for me that has really set this up. Javed Khan's senior player with Namiba.
Excellent, calm, composed run chase so far. Completely agree with Mel Jones. Don't get it into the last over. And if you do, make sure it's only a couple that you need.
It started right at the power plays. You can compare those two. 2 wickets down and just 22 on the board for the West Indies in comparison. Pakistan 48 on the board, still with 10 wickets in hand.
Connell, right of the crease. I think at some stage West Indies have to gamble with an extra fielder in the circle. Make them play the big shot. Try and starve Bismar of the strike. Try and get her fretting.
Well, between this pair who've put on 31, Bismar's hit 3 boundaries. So most of the run scoring has been manipulation of fields. If they can try and squeeze a little bit more, they might be able to put some pressure on and find that wicket.
She just knocked it in a gap there and went straight away.
That's a wonderful example. Of the importance of the T20 a bit tired at the moment, but believe me, when the potentially the winning runs come about, I think all eyes will be on the centre of the pitch.
Thinking about 2 because he's gone just behind square and they get back easily.
And that's just another little part of the Pakistan game that I think has improved over the last 2 years since the last T20 World Cup. Their ability to judge a run straight away off the bat. The intent was to get 2.
You know, it might be close to a no ball and a free hit. Now the standing umpire has signalled a no ball. Is it for height? It's a free hit. Yeah, it must be for height. I think the foot's fine. It's way back and that is oval. Waist height.
Yeah, Sean George in the background there, very quick to say that that was above waist height. He'd had his vision looking at a point right across the ground. And once the ball went over that, he was more than confident to say no ball. So a free hit now to Dar.
Will she scoop? Fine legs up, third man's up. The option of scooping. Slower ball, don't need to scoop. The old Chinese cut away for 4, inside edge, it's into single figures. There's smiles all round.
And they're taking the pressure off themselves here, Pakistan, by finding gaps, finding boundaries. Wasn't exactly what she'd hoped, Naidata. But in the scorebook, it says 4. In the scoreboard, it says 7 from 19.
Really well. Good crisp sound off the bat. Good timing, good rhythm. One hit away, 119 for 2.
Well, it would go against the trend of play if they brought it up with a 6, because they haven't hit any in this innings so far. 13 fours for the innings.
The equation as easy as you like. 6 off 18. Group B, some of the other teams will be quite pleased with this result as well. South Africa, England, happy to see West Indies lose one. But also, double-edged sword will realise that Pakistan are no pushover. Too high for the LBW. Celebrating everything that's done at 100% cricket in this tournament. And watch this running. That is 100% full-on, as Pakistan have been all day. With the ball in the field, with their batting, with their running.
of 58 between Javed Khan and Neba. Selman was the pick of the bowlers early doors.
West Indies have been completely outplayed here. Pakistan have put in a real performance. And nothing down to chance or luck. This has been proper batting, proper run chase. Oh, she likes the slog sweep. There's one out there at Cow Corner.
Through the wastelands, through the highways.